Okay, so the other day, about a month ago, my wife came out here and saw water dripping from underneath the RV. And I did notice it too, but I didn't think anything of it because she's just a smarter person than me. I thought it was coming from here dripping down. It wasn't, it was coming from underneath, and we had a water leak inside of here. So I started pulling everything apart inside, and I did find out that it was in there. Now I just wanted to let you know that I did make a video, my last video, about freezing water lines. That video has nothing to do with this problem. There are two separate issues. This one started before that video was made, and I actually fixed it for the most part, and then we got back from that vacation and it started leaking again even more, so I fixed it completely, and I'll show you how I did that right now.
We got one right here that's leaking, and one over here, this one's leaking. That one's leaking a lot. I think it's coming from there. And then this tree right down there is leaking pretty good amount. You can see the water pulled up right underneath the motor, the water pump. And then I had this one leaking, but that's the main that comes in from the outside for the city hookup, so I had to fix that last night. It looks like that one's complete. That one's hasn't been leaking yet. And then kind of looking over here now, I see some wet there. Every time I fix something, another one pops. So at first it was just this one and this one there, but then these two started leaking and that tree started leaking down there. So we're gonna fix those and see what else starts popping. I think what happened was we got overpressurized, and even with this pump that's on right now, it still leaks. And I'm assuming that they have the proper pressure it should be. But I think once it was overpressurized, it's just gonna keep leaking now. So I'm gonna go out to the hardware store and see what I can do to stop the leaks. I also want to show you where we are. So this is the bottom bunk. My kids' stuff's all up there. But this is the bottom bunk. And then the compartment that is outside, right in the back. And then you got the water heater, the pump, a bunch of electrical back here, and piping. Alright, little update. That I fixed. I put those compression couplers on there, and it looks like it is doing good. I have the whole system pressurized, and it doesn't seem to be leaking anymore. It was leaking out of this right side here. It was leaking out of this side, and I think a little bit over there. But right now it looks like it's doing good. This is still leaking. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. That's a very interesting little setup there, and I can't find it in the hardware store. And over here, these two are still leaking. I tightened them up and put some Teflon tape on there, and it's still not working. So I'm going to just cut those off and put a fitting like that in there, which is leaking now. Awesome. I guess we'll be back. These ones do have them there. That's the original. And I have them on these, which I'm probably gonna have to replace too. But on here, the water heater, they have been doing perfect. So I don't get it. I don't know. Can't get this one to stop leaking, so I'm going to replace that right now. All right, I pulled this all apart. I unscrewed it from here, and I wanted to show you this. I didn't videotape this when it was happening, but as I was pressurizing this, water was just pouring out of here. And I can't get it to happen again, thankfully, because I was really getting upset and aggravated. And that's why I didn't record it. I had it happen with this one. I put a different one on, and it didn't happen with that one. But the only thing that I did differently was there was plumber's tape on here. And I'm not sure. I took it off. I'm not sure if that fixed it, but like I can do this and no water comes out, and I can let the pressure out, and that's when it would happen, when there was no pressure on it. And it seems to be holding its own now. So that's the only thing I did differently. I didn't put plumber's tape on here. I just put it right in there. That stuff might have been screwing up the seating in here. So I just wanted to take you outside and show you, because this was all inside and it was leaking everywhere inside. So I figured I'd come out here, pull it out, and let everything leak out here. So I think I got that leak to stop. So that's good. We'll move on inside now. We are back inside. I went directly in here. I didn't edit anything. That's all looking good. This one, I don't think is leaking. We'll come back to that one. But this guy ended up leaking again. So I'm gonna tighten that one up. All right, so it's been sitting for a while and no leaks. So I went from 7 leaks to 0 in a month. So I just want to say that these shark bites right here are the way to go. What I did do though is this line I readjusted, because this was way too high. It was up here. I didn't like the way that was sitting. So I moved it down there a little bit. Not thrilled about this, but it's not leaking right now. I'll just keep an eye on it. But it's a lot better now. And over here, this one's not leaking either. And that one goes over to that side. What I did do, whoops, sorry, was this had a piece on it with 2 valves, a valve there, and then a bypass. So when you winterize it, you can bypass the hot water heater and put the coolant in the line so nothing freezes. Well, I live in Arizona and I'd never winterized this. In fact, we live in this the whole winter, so it was always in use. And I never had a freezing problem here. So I took this out and I just ran the line straight to it. Now, if I sell it, I will tell them that there is no way to winterize this, so if they want to, they can get the parts for it. So, other than that, no more leaks. Whew. Man, it's hot. I am red. Working in this space really sucks. So, that's why in the other part of the video, I just ended up pulling everything outside. I'd recommend doing that on any of those pieces that are out there. Just pull them out, work on out there, and you get less water in here when you're testing it. But that's it. I hope you learned something, and hope you enjoyed it, and do all that cool YouTube stuff. And thanks for watching.